Coming up next on ESPN2, John Washington from Bakersfield, California, brings his 21-4-1 record to the ring to tangle with Alex the Blade Khanbabian, sporting a 15-1 mark. The winner will be the U.S. lightweight champion.
Fighters, you went over the rules. Check yourself at all times. In case of knockdown, you go to the corner. I report you to, and you come out when I come out. God bless. Protect yourself.
We've got a U.S. lightweight battle on our hands. 9 two-minute rounds in the full contact division. In the red corner, it'll be John the Shadow Washington, going in the black trunks from Bakersfield, California. And in the red corner, blue corner, Alex the Blade Khanbabian. He'll be wearing the maroon pants on the right of your screen in the foreground.
Khanbabian showing some flexibility here early. He's known as a good head kicker. Another of the disciples of Javier Mendez here in San Jose. We're likely to see some of that patented Mendez combinations. Some of those kick-punch flurries seem to give their opponents so much trouble going body to head and back down.
Could have been a low blow from Khanbabian. John Washington complaining just a bit.
Unintentional, however, no points deducted.
Full contact rules. Kicks and punches must be above the belt.
Okay, get ready, Joe. Coming down soon. Yeah. Fight out, Joe. Fight out. One more out.
Khanbabian showing himself the better kicker here early.
Washington right now content just to sit back and wait and see what Khanbabian has to offer.
10 seconds.
Big punch there at the end of the round for the Blade, Khanbabian. Washington's covered up.
Khanbabian was waiting for that one.
A good finish to round one as Alex Khanbabian comes through with a big left hook. You know, Washington was talking before the fight, saying early in the fight he wants to try to figure out his opponent. Well, if your opponent doesn't give you that chance, it might be a bit of a trouble. He's got a long fight ahead of him.
Khanbabian's an aggressive fighter, mixes up his punches and kicks well. The Javier Mendez style. We've seen it before. We've seen it in the first round here. And it gives Khanbabian quite an edge over John Washington right now.
If Washington waits too long, though, he could find himself in a lot of trouble. And I think that he is listening to his corner telling just that.
This is near the end of the round. Khanbabian's waiting for that left hand. Gets his chance right there. Caught him down on the chin. You can see how it staggered Washington on the sweet spot on the side of the jaw. If he had more time, Khanbabian could have followed up, maybe have taken him out in that first round.
This is round two. We are scheduled for 9. The message was sent very strong by the Blade, Khanbabian. He does have that left. Washington will watch out for it. And now the combination comes from Washington.
Washington knows he lost some points in that first round. He's trying to even things back up. Neither of these fighters really known for knockout power, but so far we've seen some pretty sharp stuff out of them.
We've seen out of Mendez's fighters to go straight ahead, but right now it's John Washington who's taking center field.
As long as Khanbabian's picking off those punches, he'll be all right.
Okay.
But it certainly is a drastic change from the wait-and-see attitude that Washington had in round one.
Here we go. Fight out. Fight out. Let's go.
Referee Danny Snell breaks the two apart.
Watch that shoulder, John.
Another low blow. That's the second one that John Washington Washington has suffered earlier in the first round. I believe it was a kick that was below the belt. And now Khanbabian getting a warning. Washington giving the chance to blow this one off.
Caught him square on the cup. Unintentional again by Khanbabian, but it was quite a left hook.
Now he's got to figure out whether he can continue or not.
Washington is rather tall for a lightweight. I think that's throwing Khanbabian off. Just a low blow coming up. Right in the cup. Because Washington is so tall, I think Khanbabian is used to fighting people shorter. He just was going for a little higher up in the bar.
Live action. Danny Snell with a warning to Washington.
Pushing. Just lost the balance there. Now that was not a low blow.
Now he's going to get the 8 count near the end of the round. 3 seconds to go.
Straight right hand to the solar plexus by Khanbabian.
Now they're calling it. They are stopping the fight. Danny Snell apparently could not get the response that he wanted from John Washington. And so with a flurry at the end of the second round, Alex the Blade Khanbabian comes through to win the U.S. lightweight title.
Quite a surprise here. We thought Washington would be much tougher in this bout. Now, some of those early low blows weren't all that low. It may have just been a combination or accumulation of blows on the lower solar plexus that just kept Washington from being able to continue this bout. For sure, that last straight right hand was right on the money. Any fighter taking those kind of shots just couldn't keep going on forever. Khanbabian is biding his time, faking up top, right to the solar plexus, just below the floating rib. And that's very close to the same spot that the low blows occurred earlier.
Again.
Picture perfect, full hip in the straight right hand. Caught him right on the solar plexus. The follow-up wasn't even needed.
Well, at that point, the fight was still on, but Danny Snell could not get the good response he wanted from John Washington.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the 1-minute 59-second mark of the second round, referee Danny Snell elects to stop the fight. John Washington unable to continue. And so, by virtue of knockout, the new United States lightweight full contact champion, Alex the Blade Khanbabian.
So take a look at the end of the fight. It was right at the end of round 2, 159. They call it a stiff right to the solar plexus by Alex Khanbabian. They did not stop the fight there, but they stopped it a couple of seconds later. And here's Mike Sawyer.
Alex, you stopped the fight with a straight right hand to the solar plexus in that round. Tell us how you set that up.
I was trying to work my jab, keeping up to his head, bring his hands up slowly, throwing a couple kicks up high, and I saw that he was bringing his hands up, and I just dug down deep, set my feet, and threw a hard right hand to the body, and stopped him.
Okay, those low blows earlier in the fight, were they really low, or were they just on the lower solar plexus?
I thought I was hitting this lower solar plexus. I was going to my left hook, but apparently the ref thought I was going low, but I felt they're right there because I could hear his breath leaving every time I'd hit him with a shot like that.
So you think the last blow landed the same spot as the earlier ones?
Oh yeah, right there. It was right above the waistline.
Okay. Who taught you to do this, Alex?
My coach, world champion Javier Mendez. He's been working on my power. He's really helped me out a lot.
He's coming on really well. We worked power shots for this one here because Washington was so much, pretty much a runner. You know, he's a good fighter, and you got to stick it to him and slow him down some. So we worked pretty much just power on this one here. So one shot type deal. One, boom, slow him down little by little. We were actually thinking we're going to maybe get him in the later rounds, you know, but unfortunately, he did a great job, so we did it earlier.
Okay. Where do you go from here, Alex? What's your next goal?
Right now, I just want to be a good champion, work on my kicking techniques a little more. I want to put my hands and feet together. I want to really bring kickboxing to that level where it's hands and feet. Great boxer, great kicker, putting them together, kickboxing. That's what it's all about.
Congratulations on winning the U.S. title, Alex.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
A TKO at 1:59 of the second. Congratulations to Alex Khanbabian. Back with more ISKA kickboxing on the Deuce. Stay with us.
This commercial.